Good morning, class 5. This is your e-learning classes. As we know, we are starting our first term, chapters of the first term. And in EVS, in PT1, there were only one chapter. So we are starting from here, the second chapter, A Snake Charmer's Story. And today I will introduce you who are the snake charmers and why they do this and what are their activities. Okay, so first of all we should know what are the snake charmers. So snake charmers, actually they come from a specific type of tribe group. Okay, and who are these tribal people? Tribal peoples are those people who are living inside the jungle and they do sort of the activities regarding to the jungle, and they are restricted their activities within the jungle, and they come out from the jungle and that time they show the some kinds of play to us. And this kind of group who just catches the snake, the persons who are living in this herd, they brought some kinds of herbs and some kind of plants just to make some kinds of medicines, and they show us the snake dancing and they collect the money from there and they sell some kinds of medicine to us. And these all activities are actually the collecting of the herbs and just with the fruit of this bean, they just make a snake to dance. So these all type of activities are done by a group of people, and this tribal group is called Kalbeliyas. So this Kalbeliya is a type of a specific group who are called the persons or the members of these groups are called snake charmers, and you can say in Hindi they are called the saperas. Okay, so we have seen, maybe you didn't see, but in our childhood we have seen some people came in our society and they show us some kind of the dances. Maybe these snakes are very poisonous. They keep them in a cane woven basket, and they usually keep these snakes inside the basket. And sometimes the snakes started to come towards us, and that time they give the instructions that don't become fearful, don't become fearful, because they are not so dangerous. We have taken their flanks and we have taken their poisonous teeth. So this is also a type of function they do, a type of work they do. They take out the poisonous teeth or the tube of the poison. They just put something to stop the poison from their mouth. So the snakes which are residing with them, which are they are carrying which kind of snakes, they are usually not poisonous. Maybe they are poisonous, their kind is maybe the poisonous, but they have taken their teeth out from their mouth. Okay, so there is one story. The stories proceed with the person named Aryanath, and this Aryanath actually a type of sapera, and who has learned so many things from his father, and whatever the things he has been learned from his father, the playing of the bean, and he can make the he was able to make the snakes dancing on the tune of his bean, and he came from the family members, and these all were known as Kalbeliyas. And whatever the things to catch for catching the snake and playing the flute, or whatever the things he has learned, it is all from his grandfather and the father. His grandfather's name was Roshan Nathji, and he was famous amongst the tribal group because he was a very skillful man and he could catch any kind of dangerous snakes from the jungle. So he was very famous, and he told the story about the past and whatever the things he has made to play, and how he has catches the snakes and how he able to make these snakes dancing. Okay, so he has whatever the other things, they catches this type of snakes and they go from one place to another, from one area to another area, and show the dances. And they used to move from one village to another village. That time they carry the snakes on their inside their bamboo baskets, and they take out the snakes from the baskets, and that time they flow and they just play the bean or the flute, and the snakes dances on that. Okay, do you think that snakes can dance? Actually, it is not. No, you came to know from our first chapter that snakes never dance. Then why they just nodding their heads or their hoods in the tune of this bean? Actually, snake charmers used to tune up and used to play the tune within their beans, and they just move this bean, or you can say the flute. That time snakes think they catch the vibrations of the sound, and that time they aware become the danger, and they think that some danger is very near to them. That's why they note they just started to note their head, and they just start to move their body, and to see their moving body we think that they are dancing. Actually, it is not a dance. They are catching the vibrations, and according to the vibrations they just move their body gestures, and they show their movement of the body, and we think that is a dance. And the third thing, and another thing what they do, they collect some herbs and some kinds of medicines, and they just sell them to the people, general people. And these people, in the olden time, people were very much dependent on this herbs and all these type of medicines. So they used to collect these medicines and used to collect these herbs and sell them in the people. And the last one is they were become very popular, and this especially this Aryanath become very much able of these things, and he could catch all type of snakes, and he was feeling very pride when he sells these type of medicines to other persons. So these all about the person who is called what is the name, Aryanath, and about his grandfather, what the things they do. And as they were helping the people were also think them as they were the good for them, and they give lots of respect to them. And that time, on the olden time, people love to see these type of dances. So they love to see these type of dances, and these people come here, come inside the villages, come inside the towns, they show the snake dancing, they sell the medicines, and in return of that they got some grains, they got some vegetables, they got some money, and from this money they use in their livelihood. Okay, so they earn their money, they earn this type of grains to just carry on their family life. So that's all for this Kalbeliya, and that is all for our chapter. We will start it in our next live class. Okay, so see you then. Take care of yourself.